The story of Cal Kestis is officially coming to an end. We now have solid confirmation that the upcoming Star Wars Jedi 3 will be the final chapter in his saga. This isn't just speculation anymore. The journey that began with a young Padawan in hiding is reaching its grand finale, but this confirmation raises more questions than it answers. How do you end the story of one of the most beloved new characters in the Star Wars universe? Will Respawn Entertainment give him a hero's send-off, or will his path take a much darker turn? We're going to break down everything we know for sure, what the leaks are suggesting, and the biggest theories floating around for Cal's final adventure. Let's get the official business out of the way first. The confirmation for Jedi 3 is rock solid. During an investor day in 2024, EA's Laura Miele stated directly that the next Jedi game will be the final chapter of Cal Kestis' story. This wasn't a hint, it was a clear statement of intent. The original game's director, Stig Asmussen, who has since left Respawn, had always mentioned that he envisioned Cal's journey as a trilogy. So, from the very beginning, the plan was to have a clear start, middle, and end. Cameron Monaghan, the actor who perfectly brings Cal to life, has also been dropping hints on social media, promising that the sequel will be really cool. So we can rest easy, knowing that right now, the team at Respawn is hard at work crafting the conclusion to this epic trilogy. So the big question on everyone's mind is, when can we play it? Don't hold your breath for a release anytime soon. We don't have an official date, but the clues point to a long wait. Job listings from Respawn have strongly suggested the game is being developed on Unreal Engine 5. For context, the first two games were built on Unreal Engine 4. This jump to UE5 is a massive technological leap, promising next-generation graphics and physics that could be absolutely mind-blowing. However, upgrading an entire game engine takes a lot of time and resources. When you consider that Fallen Order took about 5 years, and Survivor took 4 years to develop, a similar timeline for Jedi 3 seems likely. Adding the extra time needed to master a new engine, most industry analysts and dedicated fans on forums are pointing towards a release window of late 2027 or even 2028. This would also conveniently line up with the expected launch of the next generation of consoles, making Jedi 3 a potential launch title, which would be massive. With the release date a few years away, let's dive into the most exciting part, the story. What will Cal's final chapter be about? We know that Survivor ended with Cal, Merrin, and a newly adopted Kata looking towards a future on the hidden planet of Tanalorr. It's almost certain that the third game will pick up with this new, unconventional family. The timeline is also creeping ever closer to the events of the original Star Wars movie, A New Hope. Survivor was set about 9 years before that film, so Jedi 3 will likely cover the final years leading up to the Rebellion's major victories. This means Cal and Merrin will be older, more experienced, and the threat of the Empire will be more suffocating than ever before. The stakes have never been higher. This is where the fan theories start to get really interesting, and honestly, pretty dark. A popular theory is that the Empire will eventually discover Tanalorr, putting Cal's new family in grave danger. Imagine a story where Kata is kidnapped, forcing Cal to go to extreme lengths to save her. This leads directly into the biggest fear and most exciting possibility for his character, a fall to the dark side. Throughout Jedi Survivor, we saw Cal tap into his anger and the dark side to protect his friends. What if protecting his new daughter pushes him over the edge completely? We could see a story arc that mirrors Anakin Skywalker's fall, where Cal's desperate attempts to save the ones he loves become the very thing that corrupts him. It would be a tragic but incredibly powerful end to his journey. Of course, if you're talking about the dark side, you have to talk about the Dark Lord himself. The most requested and rumored confrontation for Jedi 3 is an epic final showdown between Cal Kestis and Darth Vader. They had a brief, terrifying encounter in Fallen Order where Cal barely escaped with his life. A rematch where a fully powered Jedi Master, Cal, faces off against Vader in his prime would be an incredible climax for the trilogy. The question is, could Cal even win? Or would this confrontation be his final act? Many believe Cal's story can only end one way, with a heroic sacrifice. Perhaps he dies protecting Luke Skywalker's location, or he gives his life to save a key group of rebels, ensuring the survival of the Alliance. It would be a heartbreaking ending, but one that would solidify his place as a true hero of the Rebellion. Beyond these major plot points, there are other exciting possibilities. With Merrin's powerful Night Sister magic and her growing connection to the Force, many fans hope to see Cal train her as a new kind of Jedi, blending their two traditions. This could be the seed of a new, more balanced Jedi philosophy. We'll also likely see the return of familiar faces like Grease, but the big dream for many is to see Cal Kestis make the jump from video games to live action. Everyone agrees that Cameron Monaghan is the perfect actor for the role, and seeing him appear in a show like Andor or even a future movie project would be incredible. His story is tied to a specific timeline, so it would have to be handled carefully. but there's a window where he could absolutely fit into the larger Star Wars galaxy on screen. Ultimately, Respawn has a monumental task ahead of them. They have to deliver a satisfying conclusion to one of the best Star Wars stories told in recent memory. Whether they choose the path of a dark tragedy, a heroic sacrifice, or something else entirely, one thing is for sure. The end of Cal Kestis' journey will be an event that no Star Wars fan will want to miss. They've crafted 2 incredible games, and if they stick the landing, this trilogy will go down as one of the greatest of all time.